Hi, this is Sarah Marks, one of the librarians here at UMass Lowell. Today, I'm going to show you how to search the OVID database for nursing and health research, starting from the library webpage and going to databases. From here, I'm going to click O, but you can go by subject, database type, or search for OVID. When I scroll down, OVID has two options: full text content and abstracts only. One means you'll get the full articles, the full text, and the other means you'll get the abstracts, the summaries. We want OVID full text content because this is where the nursing, medicine, and healthcare articles are. And notice, most will go back to about 1993, but some will go back a little further. Our students like OVID for a more historical approach to research. Some of these are current articles, but this has a specialty in having the older articles, especially when you're doing research around a theory or method of care. You're brought right to the advanced search, but unlike other databases, it only gives you one box. This doesn't mean you can't have more. It just means you need to click something else. Multi-field search is the one that will give you multiple boxes, but you have several different options. Let's open the limits. Again, like other databases, I suggest treating each box like its own center for topics. So if we're going to research climate change impact on healthcare, we'll start here with climate change. Again, I'm putting it in quotes, so the search engine knows this is the phrase climate change, not just the two words. I'm going to keep this to all fields, but you notice you have options to limit, like abstract. It's mentioned in the description. This does not give you subject headings the way other databases does, so sometimes limiting your phrasing and words to the abstract, where it will be included in a summary of what's important about the article, will help you narrow down. Author keywords are also a good way to do that. These are the keywords identified by the author. It's not a language where, what we call a controlled language, where everything that mentions that will be available to you, but it is a way of narrowing down the results you're going to get. I'm going to keep it all fields for this example. Next, I'm going to do mental health. Again, in quotes, notice the word "and" is between the two boxes. This tells the search engine, I want both the phrase climate change and the phrase mental health. Both have to come back in my results. And then I'm going to do impact. Other databases might suggest terms, but this one doesn't. So if you have another term, type in "or." Effect will do it. And this means you have to think of those thesaurus terms. Again, look them up. Don't make this more difficult than it has to be, but also keep visiting those terms and changing them. Do I need a specific date range? Now, if you're looking for the historical research on this topic, you might go further back in time. But if you're looking for the last 5 years, the current content, I would go back to the last 5 years. Now I'm recording this at the beginning of 2023. So I'm going to go back to 2017 only because it's the beginning of the year. I look at journal subsets. I might not want arts and humanities or alternative complementary medicine. I might want something more specific like mental health or public health or the APA psych articles. This means I can change these to focus on what I might be more interested in. Notice there's behavioral and social sciences. You can select multiple if you want. Over here, publication types. These are all the things it includes. You want original articles or maybe review articles. And now I'm going to search. Now, if I scroll down, it doesn't just give me the articles right away. It tells me how many I can see in two different variations of the search. What's different? The first one only has my terms across the whole collection, and the other has my terms with the limitations, the currency and the one limit. Let's acknowledge there's nothing here about behavioral and social sciences for my topic, but there were 191 from all of the articles. So I'm going to look at those and display those results. And here they are. Now, your job is to go through and see if these articles work for you. You can see it is sometimes giving us something that's not part of the phrase, like public health, but it's highlighting the terms we want. Everything in here will be full text. You have options on the left to control your search. It shows you where and what terms have come back. And here are your filters. So we can now say past 5 years and see if that brings back fewer results. And it does. You can look at publication type or journal as well. So if you know there's a specific journal you want, you can limit that way. So here's one: high temperature and its association with work-related injuries by employment status in South Korea. Now, I would encourage you at this point, if you had looked through all of these and found none, to play with your search strategy, the terms you're putting into the box. But for this example, I'm going to go right to an article so you can see what features are here. So let's do this: high temperature and its association with work-related injuries. Notice this is an article about South Korea. Now, if your research project is focused internationally on anything, this topic you might want to, South Korea will be fine. But if you're looking specifically at the US, you might read this article, but you might not use it in your paper. And why would you read it? You'd read it to see if anything might be related to the US, or their research might mention an article that focuses on the US. You're only going to find so much from these search engines, these databases. Mining someone else's works cited list is part of the process of finding additional articles. You're going to find more. So even if something isn't perfectly aligned to the research you're doing, it still might have something valuable for you. So I'm going to click on this article, and you can see the full text was right there. But if you want to get the details, this is where you'll go. You can see who your authors are, read the abstract, see their methodology. This is most, if not all, of the article. You can even see their figures here. This also, and this is the one thing I love about OVID myself, is that you see their bibliography and it links you to some of that data. So this one here, the association between high temperature and work-related injuries in South Australia, is here in full text. So if you want that article, you can go get to it. If you click on link to full text, that will try to find the article in other full text sources. And this syncs with our full text finder so that you can get those or request articles over interlibrary loan. Over here on the right side, you have your tools for the PDF of the article, and cite is here. This is where you'll be able to get a quick and easy citation for a paper. But if you want to export the content to OVID, that takes some different steps. And we have another video that explains how to do that, because it isn't as easy as some of the other databases make it. So this is the way you can use OVID to find additional articles, look over the articles, play with your search strategy, and find more as you can. If you need more help, we encourage you to use Ask a Librarian from the library webpage to get your questions answered directly from one of our research and learning librarians.